It's your squad. Just wanted to come back and talk to you guys really quick about something that's been really weighing heavy on me. As a teacher of pre-adolescent children, it's very important for us to talk about what bring kids over the edge. Um, there's a story about a Florida mom and dad who quote unquote work long nights, and they left their 14-year-old daughter to tend to her younger siblings, and she ended up calling a suicide hotline because um she just felt like it was too much. The way that they were treated and what they had going on in the household just was unsanitary. She also was no longer in school. She was homeschooled. So she was pretty much the mom to those kids. And the condition of the house was deplorable. They had animal feces everywhere. They had ducks and chickens and cows all over the place. They had old rotted food in a refrigerator. They had clothes all over the house, diapers, pampers, all kinds of things just everywhere. It looked like they just was living in a dump. And she called because she felt like she was going to commit suicide. And she's 14 years old. And I just feel so bad for her. And the reason why I feel bad for her, outside the fact that I'm human and all of us probably should feel bad, but she didn't have them kids. It is not her job to parent those kids. And even if mom and dad was going to work, from the condition of the house and how things were kept up, where the money was going. It obviously wasn't going to the house. It was so nasty inside of that house, and what the pictures that they showed. And if I can insert a picture at this time, then you will see that it was just really nasty in there. And I probably would have felt depressed, and like my life was just a waste of time, because the only thing she was doing is just taking care of sisters and brothers. And some of us are like the older siblings to multiple kids. I know I'm the an older sister, or the eldest of 5 kids, and I know my mom and dad, my mom and stepdad, or whoever, they were working, but I never felt like they weren't coming home to take care of us. And if it's a sad feeling to feel like I will have to, or we as a kid will have to manage ourselves all day and all night, because you have to think about it. She said she was homeschooled, so she really didn't have that break from all of that at school. It was her all day. So, and even with parents there in the daytime, if they were nighttime workers, it looks like they just was laying around and field all day. And I would have felt the same way. I would have felt sad. I would have felt useless, like my life wasn't worthwhile. And I really feel bad for them. And I'm glad that the Department of Family Services stepped in and arrested the parents and took over. I just feel like those kids are worth giving a chance to. And I'm sad if she's been taking care of those kids and they end up in the system and they get separated because she's been their mom. But it's almost like you can't have everything the way that you want. And I'm sure she just want a chance at life. And I'm glad that she was able to be bold enough to reach out. She tried to do it in a secret manner, but once those people got involved and they saw the condition she lived in, it will change her life forever. And I hope she do not regret her decision to call out and reach out, but she has to take care of herself. We all are given one life to live, and we're trying to live it to the best of our ability. And I applaud her for being brave and bold enough to stand up to what was going on with her and have the sense enough to reach out. If anybody know anyone who's contemplating suicide or anything like that, please make sure that you reach out with them and for them, and don't worry about the backlash to that. Like, if it's nothing going on, then the people who are going to investigate it, give it a thumbs up, and then they'll leave the people alone. But if those kids are living in deplorable situations, they're homeless, they're dejected and neglected, then we, as our civic duty, is supposed to kind of look out for each other. Not necessarily mind each other business, but when you see someone in need, we should be helping. And I brought this up because I do have 2 students in my classroom. And these 2 students' heart has been heavy because there's a kid that they're worried about at my school. And I have been kind of upset with them because they're being involved in a lot of drama, and I'm trying to teach character to these kids. And with those individuals, they came to me with such a great character, and they was thinking about putting together a goodie bag for one of our less fortunate students and make that student have a better day by giving them even though it's hand-me-down stuff like tennis shoes and clothes and stuff like that, it's stuff that they know someone else is not using, and they want to bless that kid with those items. And I want to help, of course, as well, but to have that to come from students, I just love that outreach and that outpouring character of good things that's going on. And I think he's going to feel appreciative. The biggest thing is if the parents will feel like, why are the kids giving you this? What have you been saying? Because everybody feel embarrassed when someone is trying to hand you things. But to be honest with you, when you need it, you need it. And sometimes we are afraid to ask for help, but sometimes that's exactly what we need is help. So I applaud those 2 individuals for what they decided to do. And that's why this story hit home for me, because that 14-year-old girl, I know she feel like, she probably be breaking her family apart because her mom and dad, of course, is in jail right now. And she's been raising those kids. And now with them being a part of Child and Family Services, who's to say that they're going to end up together? So I think that's a catch-22 to reaching out. However, it's not her concern anymore, because it's time for her to start thinking about the life she lives. She's 14 years old. She'll be in 4 years she'll be 18, a grown woman, and she'll be out on her own and having to make a life for herself and a living for herself. So she needs to get to the point where she's able to understand what it will take in order for her to live for herself and become productive and be a good steward of money and of managing a household on her own for her own reasons, not because someone else left the job to her, like her parents. So I do applaud her, and if there's any way that I can reward her, I would, and I will be reaching out or seeking if there's some way we can donate to this young lady. I just feel like it was very brave of her. It was very scary, I'm sure, when she made that call to that suicide hotline, and most of us wouldn't do it, and I applaud her for having the bravery to do so. So that's my commentary on that subject. If you guys have anything to add, please leave your information below as far as your comment. Please subscribe to my channel right below, and give this a big thumbs up. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Bye.